Never danced before, hey, Dan.
Can I,
Unbelievable.
Before, I know you're going to ask me questions about me, but
Go on.
Rose and Giovanni.
Let's just talk about Rose and Giovanni, because that moment watching at home was just... I cried my eyes out.
It was incredible. It was a real privilege to be sat there in the studio watching that. And when she put her hands over Giovanni's ears and then the music just cut...
Yeah, amazing.
I don't know what you were like at home, but I stopped breathing for a bit.
Oh.
It's like, it was so powerful.
It was huge.
Communicate that to so many people is just incredible. I'd put her straight. I'd just give her the whole
thing.
Yeah,
let's give her the glitterful now. But because she makes it look so effortless, I think we don't realise sometimes, we take for granted how well she's doing.
Yeah. She can't hear. I mean, dancing's hard enough when you can hear everything. My dad, I said before, my dad's deaf, and then what they do is just remarkable.
Was there anyone injured during your dance on Saturday night?
No,
there was a cane that went quite a long way.
Yeah, well, the issue was, they've got a claim to fame now.
You look cool as a cucumber, though.
I really enjoyed it.
Injury?
Yeah, fine. I mean, I hardly trained last week. We did 8 hours of training because I couldn't put my toe down on Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday. So trained on Thursday, and it was great. And can I just quickly clarify something? Because I had quite a few painkillers. So
I could tell.
I said on Saturday that I think I said that dancing should be about people who've not danced. Strictly, what I meant to say was it shouldn't exclude people who've not danced before, because there's some brilliant people on that programme. There's so many talented dancers, and they're fantastic to watch. And I, as a Strictly fan, I love watching people who are brilliant and are fantastic from day one. But I also think there's room in the programme for people who are learning as well.
It's also for people who haven't danced before. It's for both, isn't it?
But that's the beauty of the programme, and it's I'm loving every second of it.
I like what Shirley said. It's great to watch you learn. It's fantastic.
See you in week 9.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I have no idea. Let's get the news, travel and weather where you are this morning. We'll try and work it out. At 9 o'clock, and I tell you this, the house, the ground, it's a fascinating place to be.
Looks amazing.
It is absolutely beautiful, and as he said, that staircase, that was pretty impressive, wasn't it? Imagine going down that on a tray.
Yes, I can.
You would definitely do that.
Yes, if I had a staircase like that, I probably would, It's, what time is it? It's 6:42. It's Monday morning, and John is reflecting on... Is that one of the best drives ever?
That's what people are calling it.
Yeah.
And even Lewis Hamilton himself said it's probably the hardest race weekend he's ever had. I mean, the odds were completely stacked against him. At a crucial point in the season, no less, with, just 3 races remaining now, he'd been penalised heavily across there in Valencia, in Spain. Started back in 1996.
I covered a MotoGP in Spain a few years ago, and the love that every fan has for Valentino Rossi is... I've never seen...
The world over.
Just sort of following him round, obsessed with pictures, autographs, just everything about him. They absolutely adore him.
Yeah. I think it says a lot. I always think you can tell the fame of a sort of famous sportsman or woman if they've got their own computer game. Do you know what I mean?
Wow,
it's like, and he's got one. He's sort of in that kind of,
that's
group,
like next level,
that
isn't
special
it?
level.
I'm telling you now, it is only a matter of time until our Carol has our very own computer game. Talking about people being followed around and fans...
Doesn't he, when he just looks amazing, and then he goes through that, like many great strikers, goes to that sort of period where he's not scoring many goals, gets all the criticism, and then just comes back with the goals again.
It's so difficult, though, to have that pressure, everybody piling that pressure on you, and then just to go out and perform. I
remember, I might have been on this sofa, actually. I remember speaking to Alan Shearer about this years ago. Do you remember before Euro 96, he had gone through I think the longest drought in his international career, but he'd not scored, and Terry Venables, the manager, sat him down before the tournament. He said, "You will be my striker. You will be the leader of this team, and I will never change that, and I'm confident you're going to go out there and score goals." And he went
and that's what you want to hear,
the Golden Boot.
Yeah.
It's all about man management.
Exactly. Yeah. And he's doing the goods. He might not be doing it for Tottenham necessarily at the moment, but when it comes to the the international stage, as he did the other night, it's just brilliant.
Well, he's a great striker, really. Thank you very much for that, John.
Right.
7:45, let's go to Carol. Has she got a rainbow again this time? Oh, no.
With us now. Now, you might recognise him as the singing astronaut, a title he earned for his rendition of David Bowie's Space Oddity when it went viral.
Well, he is now retired from that anyway, and he's focusing on writing fiction. It's just released his 4th novel. Morning to you, Chris.
Good morning.
Incredible
Good morning.
to see you.
Both.
Are you happy with the screens we've got behind you?
It's very reminiscent. Nice backdrop.
Do you feel like this is an accurate representation of things you might have seen in space?
We have no red couches on the space station.
No.
Not a one.
Don't
In fact, you
suggest
don't
it
need
to
a
our
couch
boss.
without gravity. It just
you just float around. Tell us about the book. It's called The Apollo Murders. You got me at the title.
It is thriller fiction, alternative history fiction. It takes a crew of...
Bring Henry with you.
He'd love it.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. And Chris's book, just a reminder, is called The Apollo Murders, and it's brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris. Now, as we've been saying this morning, our weatherman, Owain, has smashed a Children in Need record with his spectacular drum-up on the most successful 24-hour challenge in the charity's history.
So far, he's raised £2.7 million. We've been catching up with him in about half an hour, but here is a real treat for you. Another listen to one of the Drumathon's standout moments, and this will lead us up to the 8 o'clock headlines. 2, 3. Make a huge difference to so many people, because we were speaking to one of the professors involved earlier on, and it wasn't mentioned in the budget, and that felt like a bit of a hit, didn't it? And then to get this news and for it to be heard over the weekend, that's going to impact a lot of people who not only have MND now, but will get it in the future.
Yeah, and that's why Doddy...
All in, boys flew over from LA and did that, and just rehearsing and being back together, it was a no-brainer that we wanted to do another album, do new music, and eventually, go on tour next year. So it just all came together really, really quickly.
Did it just click, Steve, when you sort of get back together? I mean, was it like you'd never been apart? Were there the same conversations as before? You don't have to catch up, you're just there straight away?
Yeah, well, initially, like Jay said, it was like a school